real Lady Gaga? Oh my gosh, you guys. So sorry we're late, but we made it. Hi there, I'm Michelle Visage, and welcome to a very special Facebook Live. I'm so happy you're here with us. We are, and don't forget, revealing tonight, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central, Mama Ru is going to reveal the entire cast of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3. So I'm so excited for that tonight. Cannot wait. You guys are going to freak out when you see this cast. Now, of course, All-Stars has given us some epic moments in Drag Race history. Everything from the mirror reveal face crack of the millennium to Tammy Brown's Teletubbies transport us to Mars. So you can only expect more iconic moments from All-Stars 3. Of course. No, you can't wait. But before tonight's special, I do want to spill the tea about one of the All-Stars 3 queens, of course, before that they're officially announced tonight. I also want to say, before we get into that and I reveal said queen, we are going to be taking your questions live on the Facebook page. So leave your comments below and we'll get to them in a little bit, okay? And make them nice and make them snappy so I can have a witty comeback, okay? So without any ado, or without further ado, which queen do we have here for another shot at the crown? Let's find out. I'm going to make you wait a little bit longer. So how's the weather? What's life like? Just kidding. Please put your hands together for the one and the only, Aja! Aja, the first queen, All-Stars 3.
Hey, sis.
Hey, sis. How you doing?
Girl, I'm feeling good. The weather is cute, and the air conditioning in here is even better.
You like that? Don't, you're half naked, so that works well.
What? I like a little, nipple poke.
I see. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. So do you.
All right, well, go on. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this journey, Aja?
I was born ready for this journey and this interview.
Okay, well then let's talk to the kids because I've got a lot of things going through my mind. Before we get to your questions, I've got some. How has your life changed? Because season 9 was not very long ago, and you've been hitting the road with a vengeance. How has life changed for Aja?
Life has changed in so many crazy ways. It's like, it's made me a better person, a better drag queen, and just also smarter. Like being able to travel and get to know other drag queens.
What's the capital of Australia? Go.
I haven't gone there yet.
Well, there goes the smarter part out the window.
I'm a drag queen, not a geographer.
So since coming off of season 9, which of course we just said wasn't very long ago, did you think you have an advantage going into All-Stars 3? Or a disadvantage, or neither?
Well, I try not to put a huge expectation on things, so I didn't look at it as an advantage or disadvantage because you can walk off the season and be like, yes, I got this, and you can also walk off and think you got it and then not have it, or vice versa. It can go any way. That's why I think the All-Star seasons are always a gag because you never know who's going to turn it or who's not. They're all fierce, but it doesn't mean anything.
No, and so many people that people may have forgotten about or, took for granted that they are what they were when they left. You kids change so much. Mm-hmm. From the minute you leave that main stage to the next time I personally see you kids, it's a totally different game. So the ones that you may have forgotten about, if they're coming back, they might surprise you.
Oh, and sometimes when the girls get that chance that they didn't know was coming their way, they come to storm the girls. They come ready for the vengeance, and they're not leaving without taking any names. So.
What was that? Any what?
Any names.
So are you excited to get back into the workroom?
I'm so excited to be back in that crazy workroom and actually just I don't even know. It's such an experience. The first time walking in, I was like, wow, this is real. So doing it another time is definitely okay, I've been here. I know what lies in these walls and these mirrors and these queens. And make sure you get a good station too, because
does that matter?
To me, it does.
What's a good station versus a not so good station?
See, for me, a good station is in a place where I have.
She's talking about where they put their makeup on as a station, right?
Well, no, I was talking
Your
about
section of the room.
I was talking about my section of the room,
right?
Because I'm not the neatest person when it comes to unpacking my stuff, so I kind of just want to throw my stuff there and be able to just maneuver without getting in anybody's way.
I
so
love that.
I like the side stations.
So we are talking with Aja, the first queen revealed for season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, and you left us gagging during season 9, especially during that reunion. I do want to say as a sidebar, the winner of the reunion, no matter, was your face. Yes, girl, you gave us life during that. But anyway, you called out Valentina. So can we expect more of that, Aja, in All Stars?
All I'm going to say is that All Stars 3 definitely has an element of surprising moments, a lot of gags, and the drama is going to be so intense. I know the children at home are going to be clenching onto their seats as we just throw each other on the bus, under the bus, and inside of the bus, and then set it on fire.
Well, our kids, how is your relationship with Miss Fan Favorite? Are you guys, because I know you must hear it all the time, right? It must come up all the time when you see the kids. What about you, Valentina, right?
I think that it's one of those topics that's just kind of like tired to me already.
Oh, honey, don't get tired of it now, because it's going to be with you for the next 10 years of your life. Yeah.
We're cool. She's definitely an amazing person, and I think that her and I are very similar people, very different drag queens. So it's kind of funny the chemistry we have, but I think she's awesome.
Who have you stayed close with from your season 9 sisters?
I definitely am one of the girls who's just kind of like a homie to most of my season 9 sisters. Not really one queen I'm the closest or not closest to. I kind of love all of them. They're crazy still.
So you had the House of Aja, a
Yes.
wonderful group of sisters or drag kids. What would you call them?
We're just kind of 4 friends who do drag together, and people kind of just named us the House of Aja. This wasn't our idea; it just happened, and we said, you know what, branding. We're gonna take it and we're gonna run with it.
Did you grow up together?
Momo Shade and I grew up together, and we met Dahlia.
Shout out to Momo.
Yes, Momo. And Dahlia and Candy, we kind of met on our crazy drag journey, and so I guess in a way there are kind of like the kids,
Right.
but at the same time, we don't like to put it into like a hierarchy or like anything like that. It's just kind of like 4 friends who do drag, and we're all kind of like crazy.
And they don't have an issue with you being the famous one in the House of... Well, it's called the House of Aja, girl. Get in line. So I guess that's what it is.
Well, yeah, but also, like, I feel like, a lot of people are like, oh, does your house, like, ride your coattails? And I'm like,
No, who cares about that?
They're my family, and it's
Yeah.
just like, baby, they sat on a sewing machine, and they made my coattails. They helped me get where I am.
That's beautiful.
Being a drag queen and having a family is such a crazy, special, and loving thing.
And let's take it a step further, and not just being a drag queen, but being a gay or a queer kid
Yes.
who maybe their own family rejected them. They get to choose their chosen family where they feel like they fit in and have a voice and are heard and loved.
Oh, no, yes, definitely. And, sometimes we don't see eye to eye with our maid families.
That's family, baby.
But that is what makes it a true, loving family. I wouldn't trade my drag family for anything in the world.
That's beautiful. Now, with All Stars 3, how do you hope to use this platform? Do you want to do anything with it besides make more money? Because all y'all, obviously, you're a Capricorn. You want to make your money. Is there anything else you'd like to do with it?
Definitely for me, money has never been one of my main concerns, and I don't come from money either. For me, it's always just been about using my platform to kind of meet other people who I can help.
Trade.
Not the trade. I'm a taken woman, okay? I am.
Oh, right. You have a significant other.
Yes.
Okay, you're right.
But I've met a lot of children on the road, and teens and moms and all different kinds of people who identify with me in some way. And I think the most, I guess the ones that stick out to me the most are like when I'm walking around my neighborhood in Bed-Stuy, and there's just like a 14-year-old girl who sees me on the street, and one of my biggest things is just being a person of color and seeing like that young little child who grew up in the same place as me come up to me, and they're like, I look up to you. Like that just like brings tears to my eyes and joy to my heart.
Baby.
That to me, that's the real payoff.
Yeah.
It's just like, if I can reach the people in my own community and then take it further and reach people in every other community, I'm sold. I want to do this forever.
You're a good kid, sis.
Sometimes.
What would you do differently? Are you going to do anything differently this time around?
This time around, you know what? Eliminated, I've been there. Through those doors, I've left. But through those doors, I'm back. And I already know what it feels like to fail. And I'm here to succeed. So what I'm going to do differently this time is definitely come in with a very positive attitude and not let anything take me down, because my goal is the crown. My goal is not just to stay in the competition.
All right, girl.
It's to make it to the end.
I love that. Why do you think RuPaul's Drag Race is such a cultural phenomenon?
Because, let me tell you something. Drag queens, drag in general, just this show, I can't even explain to you. If you told me 10 years ago that we'd be here and that this show would be so big, I wouldn't be sure. But I think America and the world is starting to discover how beautiful the art of drag is as a whole.
And a viable art form, actually
Yes.
an art form.
You know, a lot of people have labeled drag as just a lifestyle, or it's just this, or just that. No, drag is everything.
Yeah.
Drag is everywhere. And it's just like, people are doing drag and they don't even know they're doing drag.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you're born naked and the rest is drag.
Amen.
RuPaul wasn't lying when she said that.
So if you're just tuning in, thank you. And we're here with Aja, who's the first queen from RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3 being revealed. Tonight, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central on VH1. Mama Ru has a big special revealing all of the queens from All-Stars 3. If you, Aja, were going to describe the girls competing in All-Stars 3 with one word, I'm giving you one word, what would it be?
Exclusive. I think the cast of All Stars 3 is very exclusive.
Okay.
Like, I think all the girls are very talented and special, and I think that the cast was picked so well. You know, it's just one of those things where I walked into that room and I said, oh my God. You know, I thought I walked into a great room in season 9. I felt the same way this time around.
They know what they're doing, our casting team, I'll tell you that much. You know, people just talk about, with reality television, just talk about casting and, you know, this, that. They know what they're doing. Everything's done with a purpose. Everything's done for a reason. That's why sometimes it takes queens, you know, 6, 7 tries to get onto Drag Race. There's a reason for that. Mama Ru knows when they're ready, and there's a formula. You know what I mean? And they know what they're doing.
Also, like, I always love the mix of personalities that get thrown into it, because that's what makes it nice and dramatic.
Yes, girl, we live for the drums.
So do I. I always tell people, I love peace, but you know what I love more than peace? A little bit of drama.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to take a couple fan questions, and you guys, you can keep putting them down below, right in the comment section. Amanda wants to know who you've kept in touch with. Now, I asked if you were still friends, but who do you keep in touch with on a regular basis from season 9?
I do keep in touch with Pheromone. Me and her are always sharing our adventures together.
She's a sweet kid.
She reminds me of like a mom in a 12-year-old's body. Like, that's exactly what she is. And I love it so much. I keep in touch with Sasha and Shay. Pretty much a lot of people, because we went on tour together. So it's just kind of like family on the road trip. And we all got along really well.
Good, I love that. Marat wants to know, what influenced your decision to jump back into the competitive environment less than a year after your season?
I think during season 9, I didn't really get to leave the mark I wanted to leave. And getting the opportunity to come back into the workroom in the competition was like, for me, everything happens for a reason. So it was like, oh, so maybe I didn't do as well in season 9 as I wanted to, but maybe this is my chance to come back and really storm the competition as I would like to.
Oh, I love that. Michael wants to know, what's the best lesson you learned from being on season 9? Did you learn a lesson?
I learned to blend my makeup.
That HD is not your friend,
girl. You know, that was one of many things. I learned I just really learned a lot about self-respect and respecting other people. And that, you know, I learned that, okay, this is going to sound crazy, but I learned that fishy drag is a very important part of our culture. And I learned that there's nothing wrong with being pretty in drag, because before season 9, coming from the Brooklyn scene, like, being pretty to me wasn't like a big thing. I was like, oh, pretty girls aren't talented. And when I walked into season 9, girl, I got stormed. Yeah,
but I'm going to add that pretty is not the only drag.
True.
So I like all, and as a judge, I look for all shapes and forms. Pretty always catches the eye, but then it's only skin deep. You got to give me way more than that to keep me satisfied. I'm a hungry bottom, baby. Give it to me.
I'm gagged.
Today I am. Normally I'm a dumb top. So
oh my God.
Yeah.
I think for me, I just always wanted to be pretty, because I was always like picked on and bullied and called ugly. So my drag was kind of a reflection of my fear. for a while, and I was like, oh, like, you know, people would be like, you should do this to your makeup, and I'm like, I look like this because I want to. So being able to like
Defense mechanism.
being able to knock down that defense mechanism, which I guess is another lesson I learned.
I hope you know that you're not ugly. You're beautiful, baby.
Say it again.
You're a beautiful baby. I love that. I love that. Okay, who's your favorite Rue girl from the other seasons?
I have so many.
I know, I could never pick one.
I think my fave is Kimchi.
Aw, she's fun. And what people don't know is how really funny.
Uh-huh.
Y'all, Kimchi is hilarious and a prankster.
She has so many photos of us.
Oh,
and they're
bad ones.
Really bad ones of us like sleeping or like, you know, over a park bench at 5 in the
She's
morning
the
with a
worst.
hot dog in her mouth.
Yep.
It's the worst.
Are you sure it's a hot dog? Okay, Reggie wants to know, what advice do you have for someone who wants to start doing drag?
The advice that I give everyone who asks this question is honestly, be yourself and really just
How to do makeup. We didn't have that growing up. The kids that I grew up with that did drag just learned on their own. There's so many places for you to go, so you just have to go for it and practice.
Hello.
Rob wants to know, what critique did you learn the most from? It's okay if it wasn't from me.
No, I think it was a little bit of that. It was a little bit of the makeup thing, but I also learned a lot from failing the acting challenge because then I went home and I was such a great actress that I made everybody believe that I made it really far in the competition in season 9.
So it worked! Yes, girl!
I'm kidding.
Maggie wants to know what your favorite challenge was on season 9.
My favorite challenge.
These are all really good questions, you guys.
Oh my God, season 9. My favorite challenge was.
Whether you did well in it or not, did you have a favorite?
Yes, honestly, my favorite challenge was the princess challenge because I thought it was a superhero challenge.
Was that disaster?
Yes.
Girl, we're gonna move on. Janet wants to know, what's your favorite comfort food?
Mac and cheese.
Yes!
Hello. If you're not mac and cheesing it, then you're not living life.
Yeah. Well, some of us don't do the animals. There's really good vegan mac and cheese is delicious. Don't laugh and don't make faces, y'all. Every time I see vegan, it's like, ugh. Vegan mac and cheese is delicious too. James wants to know, are you going to get involved in acting?
I'm acting right now.
Yes, you are. You going to get involved or no?
I would love to. You know, for me, I used to be in the drama club in high school.
I think that's great.
Like the drama club and the drama club.
Not shocking.
What you trying to say?
Girl, you love the drums. But the thing about you is you always have a sense of humor about it.
Yeah.
I mean, your words are going to be iconic forever.
Oh, man.
You know, now everybody talks about rhinestones on the tights. We're just going to think, did you steal those yourself?
Which
You brought Linda
I'm
Evangelista.
wearing right
Did
now.
you sew them yourself?
I mean, no, I'm just wearing like 3 pairs of cheap ones from Amazon. Shout out to Amazon.
Let's just shout them out for one quick second because you can get them for like mad cheap on there.
Overnight.
Yeah,
Prime.
stoned. Let's see. Cameron wants to know, how did it feel to have RuPaul himself choose you to return?
I think it was a gag because it wasn't something that I was necessarily expecting. But when Rue calls, you pick up,
Yeah, baby.
you answer, and if Rue says jump now, you jump. You go and you turn the party. So
It's so fun. I was just reading down the line here. Joseph wants to know if you stoned those tights. So we covered that. Cassie wants to know how you're going to handle the hate this time. Your nightgown performance was life-changing.
oh, thank you. I definitely think that sometimes it's easy to let the hate get to us. But okay, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I can be a little ratchet, so sometimes I like to clap back for fun. But honestly, at the end of the day, the hate doesn't matter. It's really focusing on the positivity and, like, you know, the people who really appreciate you and your drag and look up to you, because the point of this is really to show people that they can relate to you.
So focus on the positive.
Yeah, focus on those who are helping me and I help them, and it's a mutual thing.
It could be Wanjo. It could be Wanho.
I like Wanho better.
Wanjo. Wants to know, who are your favorite Drag Race icons? That's a little bit different, I guess, than your favorite Drag Race person, but who are your favorite icons? You can name more than one.
Icons, like queens who have been on the seasons?
Yeah, I would suppose.
I love Bianca Del Rio. I bumped into her at a makeup store the other day, and I was saying this to everyone. Yes, I walked in, and the first thing I thought was, what do I do successfully, quickly? And I was like, I just gagged. I literally was like, hey, girl.
Was that your first time meeting her?
No, but every time I meet Bianca, it's like I'm nervous, like it is the first time I'm meeting her.
She's scary.
No, but she's really sweet.
It's the eyeliner. It's scary. Who else? Bianca?
Definitely. There's a lot of them.
Okay, you have no answers for me. You're telling me there's a lot of them. Give me an answer.
Okay, one of my faves, actually, Alaska.
Yeah, of course.
I love Alaska because she knows how to make...
Our All-Stars 2 winner.
Yes, and she knows how to brand anything.
Yeah.
She knows how to... She's like, oh, this chair, I'm selling this chair, I'm making a song about it.
She's also really funny.
She's crazy.
Really, really crazy, really funny.
I love it.
Nikki wants to know, what is your go-to lip sync?
I have so many. For me, honestly, my go-to lip sync is whatever I'm feeling at that moment in time. It's never a specific song, and it's also why I hate sending my music in ahead of time, not to be that unprofessional person. For me, it's like if I get on stage and I sent in track 1, but I'm feeling track 2, on stage I'm not going to feel it as much.
That's a stage manager's nightmare. You're fired.
Sorry.
Stage manager nightmare. Okay, last question. Liana wants to know, who do you look up to?
Honestly, I look up to everyone I consider my family. Like, if you can deal with me, you can deal with a lot. And I find, well, seriously, I feel like everyone around me is so inspiring. And like, to see people that I know overcome the struggles that they have overcome and embrace me with my struggles and help me overcome mine. Sounds like a riddle. Anyways, it kind of just inspires me to do better.
And are you kind of having to live your struggles out publicly?
Yes, sort of that, because after season 9 was very intense for me, because it was like, wow, it's like no longer are my problems just my problems. These are like problems that people will see and people will comment on.
Under a microscope.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Can you see my pores? Yeah, they look good.
Oh, honey, pores. There's so many bigger things in this world.
Oh, yes.
Than skin and pores and all that nonsense.
Honestly, I look up to anybody who has been on this journey with me, because it's not been an easy one and it's not going to get any easier. And I think that type of stability and...
I think you're wrong there. I think it will get easier. I think it will get easier because you're going to be used to, A, what's coming your way. You're still a baby, but you're getting older. With age comes wisdom. You are, and you should. It's great, but you're mature for your age, you know. But you're still a baby. It's going to get easier, and you know it's not the adage, you know, it gets better. That's not what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm talking about is living in this limelight under this microscope. You're gonna become adjusted to it, which you probably have already somewhat become, and you're realizing, oh, I know what's gonna happen. I know the hate's gonna come from here, but the little bit of hate that we get is nothing compared to the amount of love.
And also, I think that love will always kind of like outshine negativity. So
It always does.
Oh, yes.
Darkness cannot exist in the presence of light. So if you remember that, you don't ever have to worry about that. It's not easy. Sometimes it'll throw you off your game and you feel like you have to clap back. And then the kids will remind me on social media, why do you even if it's a funny, I do it sometimes because I think I'm funny. Not because I think I have to prove something. I'll retweet it and say something funny because it makes me laugh. And they're like, why do you even give that troll attention? And like, you're right, but sometimes I want to be funny.
Sometimes we just want to carry.
It doesn't like, bother me.
Sometimes we're just like, I'm about to carry on her for fun.
Yes, and sometimes it is fun. But really, the 99% of positivity we get out there, that's what we see. I follow the happy and sweet and uplifting subreddits. I don't follow the hateful, mean, and awful ones out there. So that's what I like to focus on, the good stuff, not the trolls. So all those good people that love our show and really make us what we are. Honest to God, when I say this, we couldn't do it without you, is not a pageant line. It's a real line. We are what we are and who we are because of each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And don't forget, tonight, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central, VH1 is the place to be. Mama Ru herself is going to reveal all of the queens of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3. Aja's our first one. Thank you for entrusting me with this. I love you guys. And until next time, see you tonight, okay? Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Aja. Bye.
Bye. Bye. That was so fun. Oh, it was so hard not to say fuck. I was like, fuck.
No, you did good.